Confidence, ego. These are the two terms, the meaning of which seems very evident to people when used in conversations in daily life. But is it actually that clear to people? Is it actually clear to people as to what these two terms actually convey? Hello, everyone, and welcome back to another episode of the Blossoming Chronicle. Thank you so much for tuning in another week, and this really means a lot to me, and I'm really grateful. I recently watched a very beautiful video by Gary Vaynerchuk on the concept of these two words of ego and confidence, where he discusses that these two terms are very often misapprehended for each other and misunderstood for each other. And the video really got me thinking that why is it that something which is done with a lot of confidence and with a lot of conviction, it comes across to people as egoistical? Why is a thing that is done with confidence and conviction considered to be a manifestation of overconfidence? And I was just so much able to relate to the video, and I thought, why not create something which through which I'm able to convey my perception of it. And so here I am today making another video, and I hope you guys are able to relate to it. And if not, I would love to hear your contradicting opinions as well on it. Basically, what Gary Vee says is that the world is in a place right now when the manifestation of any level of confidence, triggers people to pointing to egoistical behavior. And it's really unfortunate, because confidence is a very beautiful thing which can lead to hell lot of mental happiness, hell lot of contentment, and hell lot of fulfillment. Personally as well, I have been in so many situations, and where people have told me, why do you say things with such a lot of conviction? Why do you have such a lot of overconfidence in whatever you say? And why do you say things with such a lot of belief? And most of the times it is because the other person either can't take it, but that really does not matter. And at the same time, it does not make me 110% right most of the times. Yeah, right, most of the times. And I myself, say many politically incorrect things so many times. But you evolve, right? You make mistakes and you learn and you grow with them. I have a conviction to build this podcast. I have the conviction to build my own brand that manifests the confidence that I hold. And as Gary Vaynerchuk says, you're in the conviction business and not convincing business. Similarly, I am in the conviction business and not in the convincing business. If I certainly believe in something that might not be liked by tens or hundreds or thousands of other people, it does not make it any less worth noting for me. But the question is, why is confidence pointed out to be as egoistical behavior? Why can't being a little bit arrogant about your own beliefs be considered correct if it's in a healthy way? Now, I'll admit, and this is gonna be really controversial when I say that a certain amount of arrogance is required for someone to kind of build a good amount of confidence in them. But the fact is that there is a certain type of attitude which is required to build confidence that might come across to many people as arrogance. But if it's arrogance, am I being arrogant valuing the right things, or am I being arrogant valuing the wrong things? Trust me, I have so many times been told that I straddle the line between confidence and arrogance. Also, while it may appear very unconventional for me to say that, having some amount of arrogance can help you increase productivity and it can lead to higher production in general, but in real life, it actually does if you look at it objectively. So here's the key. People who often interpret your confidence as arrogance are generally threatened by the conviction you possess. After all, the stronger your conviction is, the more number of targets you have on your back, right? Now, every fucking time this is gonna happen, people are gonna find opportunities to bring you down. But how do you actually stand your ground and challenge all of these things with subtlety? Regardless of what others perceive, it shouldn't stop you from being confident, right? Now, how to counter that How to break through that? Is there a formula? Have I found the formula? Oh, hell no. Now, because I'm still in the dirt, I'm still just getting started. I really do not have a formula because I'm still learning, I'm still building my confidence. And obviously, I haven't learned the formula because there isn't a formula. But here's the deal breaker that can help all of us take an action. You better listen to this one carefully. I find that the more you love your decisions, the less you want people to love your decisions. It's the truth. The more you love your decisions, the less you want people to love your decisions. Perhaps it's more about being respected than anything else. Now, you can't be goddamn right all the time. And so, little conversations, I think, can actually help challenging the notions and the stereotypes with subtlety. Confidence is a really, really beautiful trait. And the unfortunate reality that it is so many times mistaken and misapprehended as ego is really just a bizarre. Now, because confidence isn't an easy thing to build, right? That is why obviously it has people's eyes on it, right? So, to draw context, confidence is pretty much like that Porsche or that Range Rover that not everyone owns, but everyone has their eyes on it when it crosses the main road. People pretty much see the body and they're like, oh my god, this is so sexy. And they do not see the blood and sweat that caused behind buying that Porsche or that Range Rover. They don't see the correct values that it embodies. And so the simplest step is to drive your Range Rover in your lane. If someone throws stones at it, instead of bump steering, try protecting it with an effective shield. In other words, protect your self-esteem by standing up for yourself. But if someone only stares at you, you need not stop the car and waste your energy and time. Amazing context, right? I know. The beauty of confidence is that it helps all of us cook our own dishes, to create our own recipes with the ingredients we have. So never ever ever let it get suppressed because it might come across as egoistical overconfidence or arrogance to some people. And as Vernon Howard says, a strong person does not need the approval of others any more than a lion needs the approval of a sheep. And I guess that conveys it all. So I hope everyone just enjoyed this episode. And if you guys are able to relate to it, I'm so much keen on listening to what people of my age think about it, feel about it, how people are able to relate to when it comes to, building confidence. Because I think confidence is something you need to build even when you're 20, 30 or 40. And so I just love listening to how people are able to relate to what is called confidence. How are the notions of confidence changing? And what does it mean for people? So just feel free, guys, to give me your feedback, your thoughts. And even if your opinions are contradicting, please feel free to comment because I love to have a debate on them. And yeah, I hope you guys enjoyed today's episode. Thank you so much for watching. And subscribe to the YouTube and Spotify channel of The Blossoming Chronicle. And if it's too much commitment to watch a complete episode, just go and follow the LinkedIn page, Instagram page, and Facebook page of The Blossoming Chronicle for the tidbits from the episodes. And yeah, that's it for today. Until the next time, keep blossoming and yeah, keep progressing.